Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. Here we are starting off a new week. I trust you had a beautiful weekend and ready to march forward to the beat of your own drum. And this is an important part because that's what we're really being guided into this week. So, welcome to our Mindful Motivation for Mindset Mastery. So, the format of these wee sessions that I come and just kind of feel into the vibe of the week that's coming, and we have a bit of a focus on what can we let go of, but also what is the best way to access the truth of who we really are, each one of us. This is a kind of like the purpose or the calling of our soul is to really get in touch with what is right for you. So I like to just sort of feel into the phases of the moon before we start pulling cards. I have 4 different decks of cards that I use with you for these sessions. But the lunar effect or the experience for us this week is the new moon in the sign of Virgo, which will arrive on the 14th, which is Thursday. So it's really helpful to just reflect upon what is that energy in order to make best use of the effect or the influence on us. So new moons are time to really bring your awareness within you. It's an introspective time. It's a time to put things in motion, to set intentions. It's not necessarily a big action time, but it's about being very much in touch with what is your truth. So with this new moon being in the sign of Virgo, and the Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which Mercury's still in retrograde, but it's about the communication, you to you, you about you. So with this, we're being really influenced and inspired to have a wee bit of a review of, are you doing things because they're right for you? Are you thinking the thoughts and taking the choices and doing the direction pieces for you that really make you say yes, as opposed to, and because there is a wee bit of a propensity, and sometimes it's so sneaky that it kind of sneaks in underneath the radar, that we make a choice or we go along with something based upon what we think other people think we ought to be doing. And so that's why I'm saying it's kind of sneaky, because when we kind of get into an inner dialogue, we might say, oh, well, I'm going to choose this because I always have. But is that really right for you? Or is it because you've gone into somebody else's agenda or a group thinking way of doing something without actually just pausing and saying, is this my truth? Does this align? So I trust that makes sense. If I ever bring up anything in these sessions that trigger you or discombobulate you in some way, put it in the comments below or message me directly, because my intention with helping you with these mindset mastery ideas or conversations is to actually really find your rhythm, your way, your flow, because that way then you actually get to really come home to the authenticity and of you, align with your own inner guidance. This is an important part. And so, like I said, if you need some more guidance or support in this area, let me know. So now I just picked up my letting go guidance card. So in this vibe of the aligning with your truth, of maybe releasing the shoulds or the have tos or the got tos or the they tell me I have to type of scenarios, can you let go? Can you surrender? That's another really powerful part around a new moon, is to surrender to the guidance of the universe, which is actually always available to you, but we sometimes have to create a wee bit of a pattern shift or a tap into a different flow of information, of the harmony that's already there, but it's just maybe you need to drop your awareness a wee bit so you can actually access it. I trust that makes sense. So here, what we're guided to let go of is conflict. I love that. that really aligns with what I was just saying about, the thing that comes to mind is the head, heart, and higher self. Your Trinity, head, heart, and higher self. When we get into conflict, is it because you're going against what you feel right with? What is saying yes in you? And let me know if you need some more guidance or some suggestions on actually helping you find out what is yes. What is your intuitive way of feeling a yes and feeling a no? Feeling a inner guidance that says, go make that choice, or just sit and wait for something else to happen. Because it's about finding your best way of accessing your own inner wisdom. And yes, there is inner wisdom there. It's kind of whispering. Sometimes it whispers, and sometimes it kind of really shows up. But we all have our own unique flavor and our own unique way of accessing our inner wisdom or our intuitive guidance. So it's about just really trusting that. Maybe that's what we're all going to focus on for this new moon in Virgo. So I was just shuffling the tarot cards because I like one tarot card, then we do 3 from the Healing with the Angels, and then we wrap it up with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth. This is excellent. The card that's come up is the Page of Swords. I really like it when we have the energies of the pages, simply because, excuse me, it's a new beginning. It's like the seed that's planted that then gets to germinate and blossom into something. Now, it being swords, it's about thinking processes. So maybe when I think about that head, heart, and higher self that I just said, maybe you need to find your best rhythm to say, okay, my head's saying, I got to do this, I have to do this, I need to do that, be logical, work things out. That's all head stuff. Do you allow yourself time to just come into your heart? What would your heart have you do? What would love do if love was the deciding factor in this choice, this decision, this direction, this sharing my gifts, that type of thing? So maybe this Page of Swords energy can actually help us find a new way of saying, okay, I hear the chattering mind, but I just going to take a wee bit of a pause first before I say yes or no to something, and trust my inner guidance is always there. And like I say, that's the flow of the universe flowing through you, tapping you, nudging you, guiding you. There's a really big theme around that whole mindset mastery idea. Okay, so I love these cards. This is perfect. This is the Healing with the Angels cards, and the first one is balance. What gives you balance? What feels in balance? So that's what I was saying to you about this idea of mindset mastery and walking to the beat of your own drum, is saying to you, where is balance? What does balance mean to you? What creates a sense of balance or ease or flow or feeling at the right place, feeling like you are sharing your gifts and doing the things that you're called upon to do? The next one is Guardian Angel. So that's why I'm talking about the flow of the universe. Whatever you call it, I don't care if you believe in guardian angels or not, but it's to tap into that sense of higher power, whatever label you want to give it. But do you create some balance or some flow between the sort of the third dimensional reality of doing things, for instance, but are you balancing that with your own need for taking some time just to be? I was saying that last week. It was kind of a theme that kept coming up, is remember that you're a being, you're not a doing. So we have to be into the being before we can get into the doing. Where is that for you? Is it in balance? And if not, what can you kindly and gently and lovingly put into place for you so that you can start to celebrate your own experience, celebrate all the things that you get to do? That's something else that I really encourage you to watch the words that you use. You see, You know, I always said that this new moon in Virgo is asking us to check in and release, surrender the shoulds and the have tos. Where can you start saying, I get to? Instead of getting up and looking at your to-do list and saying, oh, I have to do this and I have to do this and I have to look after that and I have to go and talk to that person. It's okay. You can hear that. But can you start reframing this dialogue into, oh, look at all these awesome things I get to do. What do you get to do? Once you start getting into that vibe of the communication you to you and inspiring yourself to, get up and take action, of course, after being with you and figuring out what do I get to do, then you really are walking to the beat of your own drum and actually starting to feel more aligned with your core energy, with your essence. Okay, lovelies. I was just shuffling the liberate your inner truth. And the card that's come up for us today is I am appreciative. So that's a really beautiful one, right? If the just following right on the heels of what I was saying is, instead of what do I have to do, what do I get to do? Because then you can start to really be appreciative of all the things that you get to do. But let me read this out to you. As I review my life thus far, I appreciate my experiences, even any setbacks experienced, as I recognize they also have served me in some positive and wonderful way. Awesome. That's beautiful. Hi, Sheena. Happy with all I get to do. I'm thrilled to hear that. Good for you. And that's the appreciative part, is to be excited about all the things I get to do. I love to do all the things I get to do too, but it's a reframe. So just watch that as we come into this new moon in Virgo. Like I said, it's coming on Thursday. It's a nice time to just check in about you, your authenticity, you walking to the beat of your own drum. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. I will be back here again with you next week for our check-in. Like I said, if you need any help or support, put it in the comments below or message me directly. Much love to you. Have a fabulous week.